Hey, what's up? It's Justin Ledford, the host of the Real Construction Owners Podcast, and today we're going to be discussing something very unique with a man named Patrick Bolanos. He is a custom trailer builder. So if you're a contractor, I know you're thinking, well, how can I learn from this? But this guy is doing multiple 8 figures worth of deals using processes and using construction to build his dream life. So I wanted to share this class with you because it's my way of giving back to you to help you grow your business. This is brought to you by federalconstructionuniversity.com. I produced this with my team, and I documented the best practices that has enabled me and my members to win millions and millions of dollars worth of federal contracts. And not only me, there's other high-level teachers within my course teaching you how to be a general contractor, how to be the middleman, how to get these jobs done, and how to make very nice profits winning these deals from the government. That's available on my platform, federalconstructionuniversity.com, which will teach you easy to follow steps. It'll give you a blueprint so you can start winning these government contracts and make an extra $100,000 a month without you having to try to figure it out all by yourself or without you having expensive estimators. This was designed to awaken your potential so you can live your best life. So make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to check out my latest book, Federal Construction Contracts Simplified. Click on the link down below. I have that in there for you. And let's go ahead and get started. Here we go.
Welcome to the Real Construction Owners Podcast, where we interview real construction owners doing interesting things to help you become an owner of a business instead of a stressed out operator. Today we have a special guest, Patrick Bolanos, out of Houston, Texas, the owner of Trailer King Builders. We have an epic story about processes, what he's done to succeed, and how you can take those lessons and implement them into your business. So stay tuned. What's up, Patrick? How you doing today, bro?
What's up, man? How's it going, Justin? Thank you for having me.
Man, truly blessed, and I'm highly favored, living the dream. Finally moved to Costa Rica yesterday. The dream is alive.
Well, I'm Nicaraguan, so I'm going to Nicaragua in the next 2 weeks. So we're neighbors. We're going to be there for a while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Patrick, our audience is contractors who build cool things, government contractors, residential, commercial, and I have you, a special guest who builds custom trailers, concession and food truck trailers. And my audience is like, why would he have him on the show? So today, when you're thinking of the questions and your answers, I want you to answer them in a way that benefit contractors alike. With that being said, before we dive into the processes and investments and all that good stuff, tell us your story. Walk us down memory lane.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me on. Excited to be on the show. Started our business about 5 years ago when in 2017, I was let go as the CFO position of a restaurant group here in Houston, Texas. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was broke. I was spiritually broke, financially broke in every sense of the word. That was really when I decided to change everything that was happening in my life. And I decided, I put myself and my family of 5 at the time in that situation where I didn't even know where I was going to get the next paycheck to pay the rent. And so one day in my car, I decided, you know what? I put us here, so I'm going to get us out. And so I began to surround myself with people that I look up to and that were doing things that I wanted to do. So I started focusing on myself a whole lot. One of the biggest things that I did that changed everything was practice gratitude on a daily basis with intention. And so being in the bottom, right, there are still things to be grateful for. And that allowed me to see the opportunities that presented themselves. And I was given an opportunity to start brokering food trucks for another company. One thing led to another. And 5 years later, we own Trailer King Builders. We have 2 facilities that are total about 120,000 square feet. We do more than 8 figures a year. We do about 300 to 350 projects a year. I have 2 awesome partners, and we employ more than 60 people in both our facilities. And so all in a few short years, we've been able to build this company, and we do a lot of construction stuff. We do a lot of sourcing. We do a lot of material stuff. And there's a lot that went on before 2017, but that basically the 5 years where we're at today, that's what happened.
Dude, I love that. David Goggin, the Navy SEAL, crazy 100-mile marathon dude, he says that sometimes you have to go to war to find peace. And that's what happened with you. Everything is crumbling around you, and you're just holding on to gratitude. You're holding on to intention. And from that, the blessings you're able to receive. Beautiful story, man. I love that. So with that being said, you're building some pretty awesome things, food trucks, concessions. And what are the challenges as a contractor yourself that you face in the 2023 market?
There's challenges are always going to be plenty, right? There's always something going on in construction. For us, we have to source materials from different suppliers all over the country. Some stuff it gets imported from China, other stuff is imported from Mexico, some of the stuff is made in the US. And so we're dealing with a lot of supply chain issues. We dealt with price increases in 2020, 21, and even 2022 with inflation, right? Contracting issues, labor issues. So the list goes on and on when it comes to owning I think any construction company, whether you construct homes or you construct commercial buildings, or there's going to be plenty of challenges. And so in 2023, we are vertically integrated now. So one of our biggest challenges is working capital, right? We're a capital intensive business. And so we're looking heavily at finding ways to improve, shorten that cash cycle, so to speak, with our clients. And so besides everything else that's going on, just keeps adding and adding and adding.
That's what we do as owners of a business. We create new problems. We create new chaos. And then when we do that, we get to find new solutions. And that's what a business is. We solve big problems for big paychecks. And it sounds like you're doing that. Cash flow is always an issue with anybody, with any business. I'm curious though, do you have like a construction schedule that your clients pay you off of? Do they okay, when this happens, down payment, when we get here, this is how we get paid. When we get here, we get our final payment. How does it work with you guys?
So it works the following. Once you agree to get your trailer or truck built out from us, in the past, we used to take a 50% deposit and then 50% upon completion, allowing us to move faster so we would cover that capital, the working capital gap, right? So we've made some changes. So right now, there are clients that will pay us on advances, but right now we're collecting 75% to get on schedule, 25% when completed.
Nice. And let's change it up a little bit. How are your clients able to monitor your work since you're doing it in shop?
So we have an open door policy with our customers, right? As long as they follow the rules when they're in the warehouse, we have a ERP, a production software that we use that allows us to know exactly where in the process every build out is. And we have a project manager that their responsibility is to communicate with our clients as the project moves along in the process. So our clients will receive probably 4 to 5 notifications from us once we start the build, when it goes into the next phase, which is skinning the trailer, then when equipment gets installed, and then when it's ready for pickup.
I love that. So you have a project manager dedicated to let the business owner or the person, the client, know every step of the way so they're not confused.
Right.
Now, with that being said, curious, how do these clients find you? What are the avenues of marketing that are bringing in these opportunities?
We use them all, man. Smoke signals and everything. We use whatever we can get our hands on. So we invest heavily on social media, right? This is our projects, our product is a feel-good product, right? So imagery, behind the scenes, videos, all that stuff allows us to get in front of a lot of people. Social media obviously gets us a lot of eyeballs on our projects, but so we generate a lot of content. We film almost every single project that we do. I go live in Facebook groups that I have dedicated to help people that want to get into this industry. So for example, we have 3 Facebook groups with 100,000 plus total people in it. So I'll go live and do something like what we're doing now. If we're going to do an interview, I'll bring on CPAs, I'll bring on marketing experts, I'll bring on people that can help business owners succeed in the food truck industry. All of that with the intention of providing value first. I want people to be educated in the process on how to get started and succeed in this industry before they make a decision of investing with us, even if they don't invest with us. I'm happy just knowing that they have the tools necessary to make an educated decision. I don't know how it is in other construction industries, but in this industry, you have to watch out for a lot of people. So I want people to get educated first, and then they can go and take the leap of, dropping $50,000 for a concession trailer.
It's funny you say that. Contractors, listen closely. This gentleman, he is not inside of the residential or commercial build-out sector, but he's inside of construction, building trailers. And he just said something that another 10-figure contractor said to me several episodes ago, where he built a Facebook group that is targeted to his avatar. And those people like him and trust him and learn from him. And how can you do that as a contractor? Well, you could create a Facebook group for, let's say Alabama homeowners page, and then you're in charge of that. You get 50,000 people on that page, like Hunter Below did. He has one in North Carolina. He also has a roofing and page with like 30,000 people. You can use social media and leverage it to and being in control of what they're seeing, where they like you, trust you, and eventually do business with you. It sounds like that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Curious, so you're selling to the end client, but it sounds like you have something up your sleeve, and maybe you want to create like a course or something teaching these contractors how to, start their own business doing this. Am I alluding to the right?
Yes, you are. It's not live, but we do have a course that we're going to provide to all our end clients, to all our users that buy from us, which is going to be included with their purchase. But we also are going to help people learn the entire process from A to Z, how to get started, how to succeed. Everything that I've learned, I was reading your bio. You said you like to invest in yourself. And you like to learn from mentors. So I do the same. I've invested heavily, more than 6 figures, on learning from people to shorten the gap, to shorten our learning curve. So I want to help food truck owners do the same. And I'm just going to provide the same value that was provided to me. I didn't learn to start a Facebook group out of the blue. Like, I didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to start a Facebook group. Somebody said, hey, you should start a Facebook group. It's all about learning and taking action. So yeah, it's going to happen.
Beautifully said. Whenever you invest in a mentor, somebody who's already got what you want, you, like you said, shorten the learning curve. And if you're a contractor building homes, or a contractor building roofs, or a contractor building custom trailers, it doesn't matter. We need to document every step of the process in a video format. So that way the customer coming in can, like you and trust you even more, and share with a friend. Now, curious, what is your best process that you're most proud of in your business?
The best process that I'm most proud of in our business is one that I just recently implemented, I would guess. I saw that question, I was thinking about it, and I really like we added a customer appreciation representative, and their role is to be appreciative of our clients and get to know our clients and get to know their families and ask them questions so that we can, for example, if they just launched or they're doing something special, we can send them a gift, or they're having a special birthday. And so, or recently one of our clients just had a baby, and their last name is Fry. So we sent them a gift with related, baby Fry stuff, motto stuff. So that's one that I'm most proud of that recently we implemented.
Love that. Now, that's so cool. Break down your business, like process by process. It sounds like you're familiar with EOS, since you're a part of Gobundance myself. You have an owner, you have a production manager, you have recruiting. Like, what is your process, and how could it benefit a contractor not doing what you do?
My process as a visionary and
yeah, like I'm the visionary. I have an integrator. I have a production guy who handles all this stuff and gets it all done. I have an operations lady who has a team who does all the collecting. I have recruiting people who recruit and always bring in new salespeople. That's my process. What's your process?
Our process, yeah. So we have 3 partners, right? So I'm CEO and GM, so to speak, and I'm in charge of all what is sales related. I'm the one that is on camera most of the time. I'm the one that does the podcast. I'm the one that I have my own podcast called Working for a Dream. I work closely with all our sales team. And so pretty much the front end. And then also, since I have a finance background, I was a CFO, I understand finances. I work directly with the finance team. Then my business partner, Ramiro, he has an operations background. He actually worked almost 15 years with Caterpillar. And so he's an engineer, so he understands processes, procedures, things that I'm not really strong at, like in the back of the house and understanding to the nitty gritty, what something costs, etc. So Ramiro helps us with that. And then our other partner, Roy, he is somebody that had 12 years experience in the food truck manufacturing industry before we started doing this together. And he's in charge of everybody actually drilling the screws and putting the walls up, et cetera, et cetera. And we have a sales team, we have a finance team, we have a project manager, we have an engineer that helps us with the CAD drawings and things of that nature. And so we all work in unison. We communicate. We use WhatsApp a lot to communicate. So we have different WhatsApp groups for each individual process or area of the business where we communicate often, plus other, systems, communications, and et cetera.
It's amazing. That makes perfect sense. A lot of times people are like, I'm going to do it all by myself. But then they hit a ceiling, and year after year after year after year, they keep hitting that ceiling and they wonder why they can't get anywhere. In business, you have to bring on people who are better, wiser, and specialize in different things. When you do that and you're not the smartest guy in the room, that's when the business can thrive and grow. Sounds like that's what you've done in your business.
Yes, sir. And it reminds me, I used to do payroll every Friday. I used to do the purchasing. I used to walk around Home Depot for hours at a time, understanding the part when we first started, right? This is 4 years ago, when it was only me, Roy, and his brother. And he would be responsible for the construction aspect, and I was responsible for everything else. So I would bring in the clients, close the clients, go to Home Depot, make the purchases. So we only grew by delegating and bringing on people that are better than us.
What book would you say has helped you get to where you're at that you could recommend to our contractor group?
Profit First, I like a lot. It helped us focus on profitability. And so if you have not read that book, that's one of the books that I would recommend. Obviously, you mentioned EOS. So any book by Gino Wickman will help you grow your business. And then I focus a lot on reading bios too, just to learn, like, even if it's not related, I want to learn from the founder of Nike. Shoe Dog was an amazing book that I would recommend to anybody to read in any business, in any industry.
Interesting. The founder of Nike, what's the book called?
Shoe Dog. Phil Knight. Shoe Dog. All right, cool. I'll check that out. So what would you say is an expensive lesson that you've had to go through? And tell us the story, and then what was the lesson? There's been many expensive lessons, but the most expensive lesson was not having proper contracts put together. We're not perfect. Everything and everybody is run by humans, right? There'll be mistakes. We operate with a set of core values, and we own up to our mistakes. But there comes a time where there will be mistakes that are made, and some clients will just, try to stick it to you. And we got stuck to because we didn't have the proper documentation in place, and it cost us a pretty penny. Back in the day when money was really an issue, what we did after that was we hired an attorney, and we said, hey, give us the most ironclad contract that you can so that we can operate with peace of mind. And now everybody has a contract. You cannot get a project from us if you do not sign the contract. Our contract is non-negotiable. You cannot make changes to any of the clauses on our contract. That to me is a red flag. You want to come in and change the contract the way that we operate, I'd rather you go do business somewhere else. So that was an expensive lesson that we learned. which wasn't very early on, but a year into the business.
I love that. What is something a contractor should be focusing on in 2023 to take their business to the next level?
Well, one of the first things that I focus on is working on myself, and that allows me to one, lead by example. I try to sell the vision every single day. So if you're not selling your vision to all your people, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're happy where you're at, that's fine. If you want to scale and you want to grow, you want to take your business to the next level, you want to be the largest contractor in the world, you want to be the largest contractor in your area, you have to sell that vision, and your dream has to be big enough to fit your people and more people that are going to come into your industry, into your organization. So that's something that I would do. I don't know if you're expecting something like super.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So many contractors, they bring in new recruits and they don't give those new recruits or those new workers the attention, the recognition that they deserve. People crave recognition. And as an owner of a company, a construction company, you have to pat people on the back. And every single time you talk to somebody in your organization, you have to tell them your vision, and you have to tell them how they're a part of that vision and what you see for them. You have to give them that path to the goal, to the end of the rainbow, so they can be like, wow, the owner is talking to me about where we're going, and they can feel,
Yep.
in tune and in tap with what's going on. That's great advice, man. Now, with that being said, we're both Gobundance brothers. And by the way, if you're listening in, you've been listening to me for a while, I love Gobundance. It helps people in so many ways. If you're a high net worth individual, it helps you become better, stronger, healthier, happier, and so many different things. If you're interested, go to their website, tell them I sent you. With that being said, Patrick, what has a network like Gobundance done for you?
It expands my vision. I get around people that are doing so much more than I am, and it helps me just think bigger. A book that I recommend everybody read is The Magic of Thinking Big. And one of the reasons I joined Gobundance, my go bro, Brett Harmeling, brought me in. We met because I decided to invest in myself and get around good people that do great things. And, we were at one of our Go Bros houses the other day, and I was taken back, like, holy shit, this is what can happen if you do the work, set the vision, and execute. And so I like to make myself uncomfortable. And so getting uncomfortable means getting around people that are doing a lot more than you are, and that their dreams are so big that you're looking at it and you're like, damn, I want to be there too. So that's the main reason that and it has helped. And I also, I am super happy with the calls. I haven't been to any other trips because I just joined about 6 months ago, right? But I like how they incorporate family, fitness, faith, finances, and they'll have calls on a weekly basis to talk about how to improve your life at home with your wife, or how to improve your finances investing in real estate. Or they'll bring on somebody like Jesse Itzler and they'll share a book. So those are the things that I look forward to, and it just helps me get better every day. So go bro for life, bro.
Go bro for life. It's a tax write-off, and you get to surround yourself with winners, crushing it at the highest level. And they say you are the sum average of the 5 people that you surround yourself. What's that?
Oh, it's funny. The other day in our WhatsApp group, our Go Bros, somebody just came in and was like, hey, does anybody know anybody that's selling a hotel? Like, oh, like what? Like a Holiday Inn? Yeah, one of the Go Bros he's in the hotel business, and he wants to buy a couple hotels. And I was like, damn, this is the level of people that we're this is the level of people that we're surrounded with.
Love that. And then, isn't that crazy? I went on the trip to Amarillo where we disconnected and no phones. And I literally hung out with just high level dudes, a guy who owned 700 or 7,000 acres in the canyons of Amarillo, a guy who had $1 million+ passive income every month through his real estate investment, and so many others just crushing it. You got to surround yourself with bigger and better people. And it's not about the money. It's about the challenge. It's about being uncomfortable. Because like you said, when you're uncomfortable and you're living on your edge, that's when you're fully living. Too many people are comfortable, zated by comfort, zated by, the AC and the Netflix. Like, we have to, comfortable times create weak men.
Mm-hmm.
And and hard times create strong men. So you have to put yourself through hard times always. Like you have to put it in your life and create the chaos so you can become stronger and wiser and better as a family man and in your faith. Man, I love that you're saying this. We're parallel in that regard.
Thanks.
Patrick Bolanos, the owner of Trailer King Builders out of Houston, Texas. If somebody wants to build an epic trailer or, get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
The best way to reach out to me would probably be Instagram. I hang out a lot on social media on Instagram. So if you want to connect with me on Instagram, give me a follow there at Patrick Bolanos HTX. If you're looking to get a project and want to know how much it would cost, we have an online quote tool that you can use. You can actually go on there, and if you know what you're looking for, you can build it out, and you'll know instantly what the investment's going to be online, which is something that I'd like to real quickly, to the contractors out there. One of the things that helped us grow rapidly was we shortened the time between what a customer, the time it took a customer, the time it took for a customer to know how much it would cost to invest in a food truck, from weeks to minutes. And it was a game changer. We invested a few $1,000s on a tool, and we had it built out. We invested for the future. So if you're a contractor and you're thinking about getting a tool or something that's going to improve a process, don't let scarcity hold you back. Invest in something. If you're going to do it today, remember that it's for the future, not what it's going to cost you today. So don't let scarcity hold you back. And so on our website, trailerkingbuilders.com, you'll be able to see that tool and how it works. And it was a game changer.
Dropping bomb, and even at our closing moments, investing in tools that can help your customer know what it's going to cost, give them a beautiful bid package up front has helped your business scale. With that being said, Patrick, this has been a blast. Thanks for being on the Real Construction Owners Podcast.
Thanks, Justin.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode on building custom trailers, his processes, his marketing, how he does it, and hopefully you benefited from it. And make sure to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what type of contractor you are, what state you're listening in from, because I enjoy reading those comments to see how large our community truly is. Anyways, please make sure to opt in to the free training I have down below. Check out my new book. And if you want to join an awesome mastermind, join us. We look forward to teaching you how to win these government contracts. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the next training video.